Tomorrow we have a policy review meeting at Bank of Canada, and pretty much everybody in the financial media is calling for a rate cut, calling for a 0.25% reduction in the overnight rate by tomorrow. And we also heard from ECB in the Europe that they are also going to cut rates before the Federal Reserve start cutting rate in the US. And if you read the financial media, especially in Canada, whether this is BNN Bloomberg, Financial Post, or any other financial media, you will realize that all that pressure about rate cuts coming from Bay Street, bankers, hedge fund owners, and the people who moves the market, right? So the people who controls or move the market, they are pushing for rate cut. And any article I read about this rate cut narrative, this whole narrative is built upon protecting the existing homeowners. Okay, you heard about Trudeau's statement last week. You also will see people are using this as an excuse that, hey, if we don't cut rates now, we have existing 44% fixed rate mortgages that are coming for renewal, and people will receive a payment shock. That's the narrative is being thrown at us. And if we don't cut the rates now, people will see a shock in their payments. Maybe they're paying $2,000 per month on a mortgage which was fixed in 2019, 2020, or 2021 at 1.4%. Now if they renew it, then they will have to pay $3,000 a month or $3,500 a month or maybe $4,000 a month, because the rates have gone from 1.4% to 5.5%, 6%, depending upon your term and the lender. So in order to protect that payment shock, this narrative is being pushed and say we must cut rate now. And I know that discretionary spending element that people has to look into it, because if we don't do that, then existing homeowners will have their discretionary spending eroded. So if they have to put extra money in terms of their mortgage payments, that money, which is their discretionary spending power, will be moved from somewhere else. So they will not be spending that money in terms of vacation, going to the restaurants or any other stuff that they do in their lives. So there will be a reduction in the discretionary spending by those homeowners if we don't cut the rates. So that's the narrative is being thrown at us. Nobody, and I've seen pretty much nobody, is talking about, okay, if we cut the rates, what is going to happen with Canadian dollar? Like, this is the astonishing thing for me, because pretty much every single financial pundit and in the mortgage industry as well calling for rate cuts, because that's the best thing to do, because otherwise we will have crisis in the housing sector and in the mortgage sector. And again, who's going to be the biggest beneficiary of this? People in the Bay Street, right? But nobody's talking about Canadian dollar. Okay, what would happen with the Canadian dollar if we cut the rates before Federal Reserve? There is a consensus amongst the major macroeconomic experts that if we have a bigger differential, we already have a differential between Bank of Canada and Federal Reserve. If that differential becomes wider, then there is a strong possibility that the Canadian dollar will lose its value against USD. Strong possibility. Of course, there is no guarantees. There's only probabilities, and that's it. But the probability of Canadian dollar to lose its value against USD is much higher compared to keeping the rates at this level, or at least with the fixed parity. So that is very concerning for me, because nobody's talking about Canadian dollar. People are just laser focused on the mortgage payments and how we can protect the mortgage holders when they come for renewal. Okay, so let's see what happens tomorrow. I think they may cut rates because there's a lot of pressure coming from both political sides as well as the people at Bay Street. And I have talked about them on my channel, and I also covered this in my TikTok video as well, that Bank of Canada seems to be independent organization, but it's a political entity. Like, the governor of Bank of Canada is chosen or elected by Prime Minister. So it's a political entity. I don't see them partisan because they may not be choosing between Trudeau and Pierre, but they have the tendency to take pressure from the political existing government. So they could be under pressure, and definitely under pressure from the Bay Street people, which will definitely push them to start cutting rates tomorrow. Is it good for Canada? It depends. So again, it may have some sort of a downward pressure on Canadian dollar. We'll see tomorrow. Because if we look at the yields right now, bond yields, they're crashing hard. They are crashing hard from last week, both in the US and Canada, which is what the market is predicting the rate cuts in the near future. Why? Because the bond market is seeing some significant sign in the economy for slowdown, which is why the bond market is predicting the rate cuts in the near future. See what happens tomorrow. If you have any question, put your comments down below. Let me know. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. There are some free credits available if you sign up for a Quest Trade account. If you are starting investing, there is a $25 credit available if you sign up using my link. If you want to start investing into Dubai, there is a stake link down there that you can start and getting 200 dirhams free by sign up. And if you are looking for tax advice, there is a link also for ASF Financial. And if you want to start a business in the US, there is a link for getting the ITIN number registered for you if you are not a US tax resident. So check the links out. Let me know what you think about that, and I'll see you in my next video. Sorry for the interruption, guys. We have a team of certified chartered accountants who can help you with regards to tax filing, whether this business or personal or commercial. So if you have any need with regards to tax consultancy, any professional advice that you need from a taxing perspective, let me know. There is a link down there where you can contact them and give my reference Yasin Nizami, and they can give you the discount as well as the best professional tax advice as well. So let's get back to the video. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Just wanted to let you know that we have a team of realtors which is covering the entire GTA as well as some outside areas as well, like Brent region where I am based off, and I help out the clients in this region as well. So if you have any needs with regards to real estate transactions, buying, selling, investing, renting, let me know. There is a link down there where you can book a one-to-one consulting call with me, and we will be more than happy to help you out. Let's get back to the video.